terrific Tuesday morning, Sunnies. Here we are live in St. Johns County, Florida. We are super excited to unpack this amazing show today, all for you guys, all for the Sunnies out there. And we want to know where you're watching from. We want to know the roll call on where your sunshine is shining today. So put that in comments. And while you do that, Miss Meredith is going to tell us a little bit about our friends, our home at the Lab.
All right. Powered by the Lab St. Augustine, where innovation meets imagination. It's a full-service digital studio turning ideas into impact right here in the heart of downtown. Light, sound, magic, and your next big thing, all under one roof.
Yeah, that's the Lab. It's where your story starts.
All right, guys. Don't forget to text the word Sunny to 904-227-4422 so you can stay connected to all things Sunny TV.
Yeah, and we also got these great social platforms in which there's a little bit different content on everything. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'll get the scoop on there. That's Sunny TV Network. On Facebook and TikTok, super easy. It's Sunny TV.
All right, so grab a coffee, spill the tea. Sunnies, here's what's going down in our neck of the woods. So how was your day yesterday?
Awesome. Melanie's husband showed up at my house, saved the day, and fixed my guest bathroom, which I'm super excited.
But can you tell them the only reason you knew what was wrong when you sent us the video?
Yeah, because he saw my pedicured feet, and he was like, "Oh, it's David. I know I have to go over and fix something." So he showed up, saved the day. Honestly, something that took me 2 weeks of destroying took him 20 minutes to fix and make better.
Yeah, but you should know by now something's wrong with the house. You called Jim.
Just don't touch anything. Call Jim.
No.
So shout out to Blonde Husband. Thank you so much.
Jim.
So good. Helping the widow in the hood.
I can rent him out if anybody needs help with their house projects. I'll rent my husband out.
Yes.
Does that make me like his construction pimp?
I think a manager, maybe.
I could be his. I'll call it that manager.
Okay.
That's a legit app.
I think so.
Like you can go on there and find people to do like TaskRabbit, but they have them that are specific to contractors.
Oh my God, I'm gonna contract my husband out. So if you live in like Ponte Vedra or like in Marsh Creek or any of that or anywhere,
I guarantee you
I'll
there's
send my
some
husband.
app and it'll set it up by like how far he's willing to go.
Oh my God, that's it. Jim, he's gonna be so mad. He's
Hey,
gonna
listen.
be like, Babe,
I don't care. He needs it. It'll be fun.
I got to set my drum kit up.
I'll write a letter of recommendation.
Oh my God, yes. Yesterday his friend came over and they were fixing the sound for his new drum kit.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I go in there to say goodbye to him and I look and Jim's outside of the back door with the headphones on. Roger's in the playroom moving the microphones. Apparently they were doing this for 5 hours. And then he said, I had to tell Roger to go home, babe. My husband does not sound like the way I imitate him, by the way.
It does not sound like that.
He said, I had to tell Roger to go home because I had to go fix Davy's toilet.
Well, he did. Thank God.
He did.
Blonde Husband, how was your evening?
Oh, I didn't move from my heating pad, so nothing to report. But it is a Tuesday, so saddle up because St. John's Horse Girls Unite, July 26th.
Awesome.
The Horse Council is handing out beach passes, regulation updates, and all the neighborly vibes. No RSVP, you can just trot in.
Very nice.
I like what you did there, Meredith.
If you prefer floating to galloping, Star 4 Yoga has aerial yoga coming up. They have chakra healing and mimosas on tap. This is, save the date, July 13th. Stretch, sip, and pretend your to-do list doesn't exist.
Meanwhile, in Neptune Beach, a porch pirate tried to level up, but Jacksonville mom's ring cam and Karma said, not today, you package picker pooper.
Yeah, really. What a jerk. And in plot twist, no parents saw coming, a teen slumber party turned into a full-on burglary ring. And I'm not talking the bling ring. This is crazy. This was down in Palm Coast. Guns, drugs, designer bags, and all about a dozen bad decisions. Come on.
Good Lord. Did you not tell those kids to make good choices when they left the house?
Right.
I mean, because teenagers listen all the time.
Right.
In Milwaukee, there's a heartbreak on the MLK Bridge. Doris Winters, there's an apparent homicide that talks about, the reason that we're talking about this is domestic violence and the need for support in communities.
Yeah, and we have that support right here. And that's what we're going to be talking to Teresa Andrews from Epic Behavioral Healthcare to really kind of shine a light on mental health and fundraising for Big Brothers Big Sisters. We're going to have her live in studio today. Very excited to get in there. And Staten Island One Bodega owner is making honor roll sparkle with free groceries, $100, and a tea for students bringing home all A's.
Ooh.
Wow.
I would not have made that list. I was not an A student.
It shows.
Science says your brain loves leafy greens. 25% less dementia risk if you eat them.
Good.
Ooh.
There's something called the Mind Diet that is officially your neuron's best friend, and you need to check this out if you want to, I guess, remember stuff, like to eat your vegetables.
That's important. And in Southwest India, one man is teaching thousands to swim after a deadly drowning spike. We're talking tens of thousands of people. Life jackets off, and the level of community power is all right there packed into that story. But first, before we get into all that, let's hear about our friends at the Bailey Group. The Bailey Group. They're
Yep.
ready for anything, too. They're an NFP company. Life is full of unexpected moments. The Bailey Group is here to guide you every step of the way. Under the leadership of my buddy, President Mark Bailey, they've grown from a local agency to a nationally recognized firm, offering tailored solutions for individuals, families, and businesses, with the focus of an individual health and life insurance. Look, I'm going to tell you, Mayor, the Bailey Group is the place to be.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, they're amazing.
Okay, guys, cancel your plans, not your subscription, because here's what's trending today on the Netflix. Ginny and Georgia is still hanging on there, which I can tell you has been playing nonstop in my home. My teenage daughter is, I guess, almost through season 3. However, season 1 and 2 are still trending because apparently everybody's trying to catch up. Cocaine Air is a story about smugglers at 30,000 feet. It's a true crime docuseries diving into mid-air drug smuggling. That's intense.
Oh,
If I'm
they
going
like,
to smuggle drugs, I'm going to do it on land.
and then don't they like drop them in places so then they can't be detected if
That's
they
going
get
to be my guess. Like at
they drop 'em?
various.
Like Miami Vice, they used to drop them off the boats in the water because you know
That's
Miami
in
Vice is real.
Keys, they call it a square grouper.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding
Oh,
you.
is it?
There's actually a restaurant called the Square Grouper.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was named after that.
Yeah.
They're bricks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brick house, baby. Yes, learning it.
It's washed up. I mean, that stuff's washed up on beaches all down in Miami.
Crazy.
People find it.
Palm Coast.
Did you guys ever watch? It was on Netflix, I think, Cocaine Cowboys. About the
Yes.
2 men that started like the big. It was like in the 80s.
Yeah.
And
My
they were big like
husband did.
boat runners, speedboat runners. They started with this big company. They used to race speedboats. Somehow they got entangled in the cocaine game and they like went crazy.
Yeah, my
It's called
husband.
Cocaine Cowboys.
He watched all of those that were with
They're-
those
they're dead
smuggling
now, I think.
things. Yeah, they're dead now.
They're dead now. I think. Maybe.
Yeah, but I can't remember all of them. There's a bunch of them, and then they have like different. Like they
Yeah.
have different, like there's one that's for like South America, and there's one for like
Crazy.
the U.S. version of it, and then there's like he's seen all of those.
It's like the show Queen of the South.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
that was
that
such
show.
a great show.
If you haven't
Tadasita.
seen it, you guys need to watch it. Queen of the
Yes.
South.
Survivors, The Survivors is an Australian murder mystery which unravels a cold case in Evelyn Bay where every local has secrets, and one of them is a killer.
Ooh.
It's 6 episodes, so if you're looking for a light binge, this would be a good one for you. And you have to like obviously murder and crime.
Yes.
Mercy for None is a Korean limited series mixing action and mystery where nothing is as it seems. It's basically like Squid Games meets Mystic River. Did you
Yeah.
see Mystic River? That was good.
No, but I saw Squid Game.
I saw Squid Games too.
Oh.
The first season, great. Second season, not so good.
No, I don't.
Well, it was very different. Fubar, my bestest bud Jebediah Smith loved this. One,
Jebediah
it's Jason
Smith.
Statham playing
So
a
funny.
CIA dad forced back into the spy game by his daughter's involvement in a weaponized tech plot. I like Jason Statham. He's absolutely a one-note actor, but I'll watch him every time. I don't know what it is. I think it's the voice. It's the grumbly, growly, like gravelly voice. That's what does it for me with the Jason Statham. Sirens, I watched it. I liked it. I'm excited for season 2.
Same.
I want to see more. I want to know. They're calling it like Big Little Lies meets Fleabag.
Yeah.
Loved Fleabag.
I wonder who's going to take Simone's place next.
I don't know. Should have pushed her off the boat.
I don't
Dun,
know.
dun, dun.
I never saw Big Little Lies though.
No, me neither.
So I don't know the twist there, but Fleabag is hilarious. That's another one if
I
you
haven't
want to
seen
go
that
back
either.
and watch
I got
that.
it. That's it. Making a list.
Fleabag is it's very crude. It's hilarious, but
That's
it's very
awesome.
crude. Department Q, we talked about the other day. This must be on 2 streaming networks. A lot of these now, if you can't watch it on one, you can watch it on the other. WWE SmackDown, get out of here. How is this still on TV? I know it is because kids are watching it. Unwritten Soul, this came back in the top 10. It's a Korean dramedy. Tastefully Yours is a non-English cooking docuseries that delves into the lives behind viral recipes celebrating culture and connections through food. I've actually seen some of this. I like it.
would
I
make
love
me
cooking
hungry.
shows.
I know, but they make me so hungry.
Well, I don't like to cook, so it's funny because I like to watch other people cook.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm going to take a recipe. You know
No.
what I mean? Like I won't make anything. I
No,
won't.
but you could watch them make it
But
and
I
then
like
eat a turkey
watching,
sandwich.
I think I like watching pretty food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Almost like I like watching somebody create something, but I know that I can't create it.
Yeah,
So.
but then you can watch them create it, make a turkey sandwich, and feel like you're eating what they're making.
You know who I like to follow on the TikTok is Tiny. She was from Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, okay.
She's one of the chefs on Hell's Kitchen, and she actually has killer recipes. We made some of her stuff for Thanksgiving. I didn't. My daughter made some of her stuff for Thanksgiving, but she's actually a really easy chef to watch on the TikTok.
There's this guy on Instagram. Jim loves him, and my older sister Christy watches him too. He's like he wears black gloves and he does this recipe and his tagline is "Don't F it up."
Yeah.
Oh, the
He's
angry
good.
Italian
He's
dude.
so funny.
Yeah, he's
yes.
all right. Gets
Jim's
on my
actually made a
nerves.
couple of his recipes and they're really good.
He's a little too contrived for me, though.
but it's
like,
funny
okay,
the way he
come,
says,
simmer,
"Don't
simmer."
F it up."
Yeah,
like
simmer
it's so
down,
funny.
though.
I like
you
him,
know.
and then there's another guy too that's very yelly at the camera.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of like the food throwing
Yeah.
and then the cuts.
and
I
angry,
love,
like they throw it in the bowl.
but I like
angry
it
and
because of the
mix 'em up.
edits.
Mm-hmm.
They make
Yeah.
really good edits with those. Like they'll throw stuff at the camera and then it'll be back. And I don't know. That to me is fun because I know how hard it
Yeah.
is to edit that. So there's like not
No
just
way.
cooking, but somebody's editing.
That would
really
be difficult.
Well.
Yeah.
All right, let's get in. Hold on, because I feel like there we go. Let's get into the music report.
All right, strum it, drum it, hum it down, Sunnies. Here's the music report to make you super proud on this Tuesday, June 17th. We got JC Hatfield duo at the Milltop Tavern at noon. Brett Blackshear at Trade Winds Lounge at 1. Ooh, Christian Powers at Pierre's Pub at 1. Run, don't walk on that one. Chelsea Sadler, we love her. She's playing at the St. Augustine Amphitheater tonight at 5 o'clock p.m. We got Kevin Edwards at Fusion 904 Eatery at 5. Ooh, there's Chelsea's band again. Bad Dog Mama. Sounds like Lauren is going to meet her up on stage at 5 o'clock at St. Augustine Amphitheater. We got Mark Hart at Trade Winds Lounge at 5 o'clock. Ooh, Damon Slaughter. This is a great lineup today. O.C. White's Restaurant at 5. The night market is tonight. That's why Bad Dog Mama is playing. That's at the amphitheater at 5 o'clock p.m. You guys have got to show up and show out for that. Super fun. I'll probably be down there. St. Augustine Songwriters Night at Oasis, of course, at 6 o'clock. Legendary Bob Patterson also at Oasis tonight at 6. David Watt Betsley at Oasis Deck and Restaurant at 6 o'clock. JC Hatfield also at Oasis. And Kevin Cunningham is also going to be joining them at Oasis at 6, and Jeremy Wineglass is going to remix it for us over at Michael's at 6 o'clock. Smokin' Joe Shower at Ann O'Malley's at 6 o'clock. And Courtney Frazier is going to finish out and round out the night at Pierre's Pub at 7 o'clock p.m. Very, very cool. Another very, very cool moment is having our amazing friend Teresa Andrews, Director of Development over at Epic Behavioral Healthcare. And today she's going to be talking about a great program that we're all familiar with, but to get a little bit more in touch with is Big Brothers Big Sisters of St. Johns County. Teresa, good morning, my lovely. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. So talk to us a little bit about the relationship of Epic and Big Brothers and Big Sisters and how that all came about.
Yeah. So Big Brothers Big Sisters started here in St. Johns County in the 1980s and was its own standalone private nonprofit. But by the early 90s, it was struggling a little bit. So with the help of Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, who we are affiliate members of, they approached Epic and said, hey, can we come under your umbrella of services? And it made a lot of sense because a new study a study had just come out then that said that kids who were mentored through the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, it was specific to BBBS, were less likely to use drugs or alcohol. And Epic has a really strong prevention program. So it kind of fell right in under their prevention program, and the CEO at the time, Patty Greeno, had worked at a Big Brothers Big Sisters, so she was very, very familiar with them.
So she found a way to weave these programs in
yeah.
and make it all cohesive under the Epic brand. Oh, wow.
So in 1994, Big Brothers Big Sisters came under Epic's umbrella, but Big Brothers Big Sisters in St. Johns County is just like every other Big Brothers Big Sisters around the country. We are affiliates of Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. We follow the same standards of practice, so we are the same. We're held to the same accountability as every other Big Brothers Big Sisters. We have our own board. We have our own budget. We just have Epic as our fiscal agent.
That is, it's great. I love the
is great.
partnership there. It's awesome.
It is great. A lot of times we are working with families who are struggling. And so instead of saying, oh, well, here's a phone number to call to go get help, I can say, let's walk down the sidewalk because, we can walk them right to Epic's Counseling Center. And so it's really been a great partnership to help our families.
I love that.
For sure.
I love that a lot.
Yeah.
So what's this big event that's you guys are working together to, swing into new practices here, or I guess to swing up the budget, or
Yeah.
because this is a big fundraising event,
It's
right?
a big fundraising event. So we are having our 4th annual golf tournament. Now, we used to do it in December, and it used to be called Santa's Big Scramble.
Oh.
Although you educated me earlier about scrambles and shotguns, so we might have to change our title.
And it could, if it's a scramble though,
It's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both.
But we decided to try something different, and so we've moved it to the summer, and it's now the big summer fun. We're trying a new golf course too. We're going to Southampton, which is off County Road 210.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
They are marvelous. They
Really?
are just so welcoming, and the course is so beautiful. And I can't wait for people who have not golfed there to go and see what a great course it is. So yeah, June 27th, Friday, June 27th. Is the 4th annual golf tournament. Just has a different name than the previous 3. And we know it's going to be hot. But you know what? People golf in the summer.
Absolutely.
Golf clubs
all the time.
don't close down. So we have some little tricks up our sleeve to help everyone keep their cool while they're on the golf course. And yeah, it all raises money for Big Brothers Big Sisters. And we have room for teams. So we want people to sign up because it's going to be such a marvelous day.
So what do you envision with those teams? Is it like a corporate, hey, 4 of us we can play golf and let's all rally together? What does that look like? Or is it just 4 people from the neighborhood? What are you looking for?
All
on
the
that?
above.
Okay, cool.
All
okay.
the above. We do already have some businesses who have signed up, like either clients, customers that they want to say thank you to, or some of their own employees that they want to award or acknowledge for good work. And then we do have some folks that are like, hey, my buddy and I like to golf, and we have another buddy that likes to golf. Can we join you? Like, absolutely. So we have a little bit of both. So we just want everyone who loves to golf to come out there.
I love this.
And it comes with breakfast and lunch and treats and little prizes, and it's just going to be fun.
You said there's a longest drive competition.
Closest to the pin, and a putting contest as well. So there's lots of little things that you can, show your stuff. And we do, I feel like I'm not bragging, but we put on good events. So
your amazing events, especially your golf events, have great energy. It's not just you go play golf.
Right.
You have a really good education segment too. Because are you going to have littles involved at all this year? Or
we try to have littles involved,
Okay.
but we do have information around the course about some of our matches, and so you get to learn about them that way. And we do, of course, take every opportunity to recruit all of the people that are there to be bigs, because we always are looking for bigs. But there is good energy, and people love supporting organizations that support kids. And that's
awesome.
what Big Brothers Big Sisters does. It's all about supporting kids.
One of the things that you guys are famous for are silent auctions or raffles or anything like that. Do you have that kind of planned in the background? What's going on with that?
We do. So we are getting our prizes together as we speak. When I was here last time, Meredith had said that she would, do a silent auction. So we're very excited to add her to our list. And so we have several things on the silent auction. People can buy mulligans. That's always a fun thing to do.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I'd buy 18.
So a mulligan is what? That's when you mess up and then you
get a
use
second
this-
hit.
Oh,
off
nice.
the tee.
Yeah,
So
very
there's
nice.
18 holes. You could get 18 mulligans. How much is a mulligan?
$10 each.
Bam, that's a game right there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and then we're doing a 50-50 raffle, which, Davey, you remember, you've come to our golf tournament before. Davey came around and helped sell those raffle tickets.
Yes, I was
50-50.
working it.
That was so much
I
fun.
had an amazing golf cart driver last time. What a fun time. Does it come with a helmet this year? But yeah, super fun stuff. Tell people how they can sign up. Tell people, and if you are looking for silent auction things, where they can reach you to donate.
Yeah. So, we would never turn away a silent auction prize. I don't
Awesome.
know if it's possible to have too many. And it's really fun when there is a nice variety, because for the golfers, that's, I get to bid on that.
Forgive me, isn't there an online element too? Or did that just finish last night or
It
something?
finishes tonight.
Okay, this is exciting. Tell people.
So right now we're also in the middle, we're at the end, I guess, of our Big Brothers Big Sisters summer online auction, and that ends tonight at 8 p.m. So you still have time to go on and
I saw
bid.
Pirate Museum.
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
Colonial Quarters historic tours on there. That's really
Hotel
cool.
Stays, restaurants,
And if you're gonna go out to a restaurant, locals out there, if you're gonna go out to a restaurant and you can support this organization and get a gift card, you're gonna spend the money anyway. Why not give that money to an organization, right?
Exactly.
So where can they go for this online auction?
So it's biddingforgood.com/epic-BBBS.
Got it. /BBS. Got it.
So that
awesome.
so that goes till 8 o'clock tonight, and you know the most exciting time of an online auction is like that last 40 minutes.
Of course,
It's
people are
like
cherry
crazy.
picking and watching and seeing that.
Yeah.
The last 40 minutes.
Did you really?
Yeah, I bid on a golf package for Jim to go to Marsh Creek, and then I got outbid in the last 40 minutes.
Typical.
That's what happens.
So I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what happens. I feel like that's why I like to do a little peruse, and then a little mid peruse, and then that like when they give you that 5 minute, you got to run to every one of those tables. You got to be ready, because I've myself like a good silent auction, and I will absolutely get you that basket that I forgot to get you that I just finished ordering stuff for right before the show. But I have the laundry lady.
Oh, we appreciate it.
I have that ready and sitting at my house. So I remembered to order it when we talked, but then I forgot about the basket.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
Teresa, just to recap, big call to action. We need golfers to sign up. We need some silent auction things, and we need some bigs out there to mentor some of these littles, which is an amazing organization to really get these kids the mentorship. We're going to be talking about a story later where some kids could really use this mentorship, and that mental health gamut under Epic Behavioral Health Care is so important, so valid.
Well, there's a lot of studies out, and one came out from Harvard about kids and resiliency. And one of the major factors of resiliency in kids is having a consistent adult support. You notice it didn't say therapist, it didn't say teacher. I mean, those are all important, but sometimes people think to be a big, they have to be those things. They don't. Just show up. Just be on time. Just listen. And that is so critical. So if anyone is a mentor, they are helping build that child's resilience for sure. So we're always looking for big. Summer is an amazing time to sign up because there is kind of a process. And so then, we make matches year round, but we really make a lot of matches in the school year. So if you sign up in the summer, that gives you plenty of time to go through the very in-depth interview, the level 2 background screen, the reference checks, all the things that we do to make sure that you're an appropriate person to be doing this. And then you're all ready for when school starts, and right away you can get matched with a kid and start your mentoring adventure. So if people are interested in mentoring, they can go to bbbsstjohns.org, or they can call us at 904-829-9986, and we would be so thrilled to get someone started on that journey to be a big. But if they're interested in the golf tournament, they can go to bbbsgolftournament.com. Make sure they go to .com.
Got it.
And they can register a foursome. They can sign up to be a sponsor. We still have some whole sponsorships available. If someone wanted to be a whole sponsor, we have some other sponsorships available. So all that information is there. So it's not too late. We'd love to have a sellout. And it's just going to be such a great day. And then really, you're helping kids. You're helping kids. And so all the money stays here in St. Johns County. That's our service area. We don't go outside to anywhere else. And our focus is the kids that come to us that want a mentor is finding them one and getting them the best mentor that they can have. And what a difference it can make.
Truly.
It just is what we're so lucky at Big Brothers Big Sisters that we get to see that every day. Just what happens when someone has someone paying attention to them. It's really all it is. It makes huge difference in that child's life.
Being seen. Love it.
Yeah,
I love
sure.
it. And I love what you guys do over at Epic. Thank you so much for your time, Teresa.
Thank you for having me. I so appreciate you guys.
Keep us posted on all fronts. And we're going to get some golfers and some silent auction
right.
headed your way for sure.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you.
And now a quick word from our sponsors at Maracuya.
Sunny St. John's was practically poured into existence over a cup of community sunshine, and now that sunshine lives at Maracuya.
And they're named after the passion fruit. Maracuya is more than just a name. It's a feeling, a rare, radiant flavor, a story steeped in heritage.
Guys, they don't just make coffee, they create handcrafted works of art located at 260 West King Street.
Maracuya isn't just coffee, it's culture. A slow sip in sunshine, a bold hello to the day. Sunny St. John's is fueled every day by Maracuya.
St. Johns County Horse Council is putting the main event this summer with a beach riding pass session on Friday, July 26th. It's part rules meeting, part social, part pony party.
Hey, I love a pink pony club. That sounds fun. This is going to be amazing. This is Max Yeehall Energy. It's happening at the Wind Mitigation Building, my hometown. Yes, that's a real place between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. So bring your saddle and your signature.
That's right. Current passes expire August 31st, so this is your chance to get your 2025-2026 squared away without DMV drama. You roll in, listen to the rules, grab your pass, and you giddy up and go.
All right. That's going to be amazing. And everything else you need to know before trotting across the shoreline and go like a coastal cowboy. Yeah.
All right. So no RSVP required. Bonus points if your saddle is bedazzled.
Ooh, that's my speed.
Okay.
geez.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
You want to stay off the naughty list because apparently people go without the required documents and you'll get a ticket.
Oh, my
Oh.
goodness.
You'll get pulled right on. I saw somebody get pulled over this morning. This cop turned his lights on so that we would all slow down to let him in. He sped around us, turned his lights on again, went through the next group. He had eyed somebody.
It was me.
He literally stopped 3 different groups of cars so that he could go up and then got the lady.
Oh my God. One day on the way to work at Epic at the North Campus down here by the courthouse, I'm driving and all of a sudden, cop comes out of nowhere, pulls over the car right in front of me. I thought I was getting pulled over. And they searched the car. They had liquor bottles on top of it. This was 7:20 in the morning.
Wow.
Well, they had just finished from the night.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Go
They
Go
were
to
trying-
Epic.
bed.
What
Maybe
they
they were-
need to do is go to Epic.
They
Yes.
obviously didn't. Yeah, they were probably on their way to Epic,
do
but they
need
also
some-
didn't have a good friend to with Uber.
Yeah.
Like, go to bed, guys.
There's no excuses at this. I mean, you could literally find a ride share service at any time. But you
Worst
know,
case scenario, you could just walk if you need to.
Oh, shout out, Sunnies. I love all the love in that comments out there. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right. If you've ever wanted to levitate your stress away and then toast it goodbye with a mimosa, Star 4 Yoga has designed the best, most dreamiest of Sundays.
Ooh, yes, please. Reserve for me on Sunday, July 13th from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. They're hosting a restorative aerial yoga and chakra sound healing morning, capped off with a mimosa social. I'm floating already.
So $65 get you into 2.5 hour vibe sesh at Star for Equestrian Yoga in silks, chakra balancing, sound bowls, and a 25-minute yoga nidra nap.
Oh, I like naps.
Yeah, and to me,
Anidra.
that
I
to
need
me
your
that's
nap.
a lot of different things that you get to do in that 2.5 hours too. And I do love a good sound bath.
Yeah, this is led by Christine Franck and Mandy Inabinet, a.k.a. your personal spiritual Wi-Fi boosters. Expect vibes, expect silks, expect to cry a little in a good way.
Oh, that's nice. So, and then at 11:30 you get mimosa hour,
All
bubbles,
right.
community, and yes, they have non-alcoholic options for
That's
the
awesome.
grounded queens.
That's nice.
So I guess I can go too.
Yes.
And have a mimosa, a non-alcoholic mimosa is really easy to make.
It's just orange juice.
It's well, you
Would
can
they put
There.
sparkling?
You can put the sparkling, like I got creative and did, my kids love sparkling grape juice.
Aw.
So we always have it at Thanksgiving and Christmas.
So
So
they
you can
fancy.
get sparkling grape juice
Yeah.
and then you can add a little orange juice or
An
whatever.
apple.
Oh my God, no. My sister, she doesn't drink. She loves kombucha. I don't like kombucha.
I do. I like
So
a
when
good
my
kombucha.
younger sister and I are having wine, she pours her kombucha in like a wine glass and drinks with us.
It's very nice.
It's
There's
funny.
a kick-ass kombucha at Costco that I buy.
Makes me have a problem in my tummy.
A downstairs mix-up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to be prepared because
No.
it's a
Fermented
great
water.
probiotic for your gut.
Yeah,
Probably need
you
to
can't
clean
do
it
it.
out anyway.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
So you can go to star4yoga.com and sign up, but it does sound like a lot of fun. And I got to be honest, $65 is a great deal because a lot of these yoga classes for an hour sesh is going to run that anyway. And you get 2.5 hours
It's a long time.
and a mimosa.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, great. It's the weather report.
Oh, rain or drought, despair is about. Behold the cursed St. Johns County weather
Is it
report.
going to rain today, Meredith?
Probably. It's cloud pathetic is what we're calling it. So the humidity is clinging tighter than a tourist to its Birkenstocks. Another round of thunderstorms is probably going to happen this afternoon.
My goodness.
Our weather from here until September is basically called deal with it. High of around 90. My car read 106 yesterday.
Ew.
My.
Now it's
Were
sitting
you
there.
in the sun or
Well,
when
it was parked in the
driveway?
So when you get in and it says 106, you know that it's been sitting for a while.
You remember the old seatbelts that had like the metal, like the old GMC seatbelts? You remember when you get in there and they would
and you'd
burn you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You don't? Yes, you do because you're old enough.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
This one
I
thinks
do.
he's like 12. Okay.
Yeah, you'd sit on it and it'd hit the side of your ass. You're like,
Yep.
what happened? I burnt my ass.
And your mom's like, I told you not to. I told you to wait a second. Or that was just my mother. You
Yeah.
do that to
Well,
yourself.
My husband is smart, so his car has that the turn on key.
Oh, that's
Oh,
my
the
husband's truck.
self-starter.
So he will put his on if it's been sitting all day to let the AC
that's smart.
That's
cool
actually really
down.
nice.
And I never my car doesn't do that, but like I would never even remember to do it.
You can
but
get
I
that
see him doing it.
enhanced, and they can do it for you.
Enhanced. I
Enhanced.
need way more to enhance than my car's AC at this
Well,
point.
let's enhance this Farmer's Almanac, shall we?
All right, Moons and Bloom, Tines and Tune Sunnies. Here's your dose of the Farmer's Platoon. Question of the day: why do we say John Doe or Jane Doe for somebody unknown?
Oh.
Well, originally these were placeholders names used
that's
in
right.
English ejectment lawsuits, meaning John Doe for the plaintiff and Richard Roe for the defendant.
Oh, like State versus John Doe.
Right. Like Roe versus
Oh.
Wade. Until the practice ended in 1852. Afterwards, John Doe became the standard
Of an
term
un-
for unidentified person.
I thought he was just a doughy kind of guy, like
Oh my
a
God, shut up.
doughboy.
You can't- No, that's a
Yeah,
bad
it's
segue.
all in terms of identified, and that goes back to lengthy legal lawsuits of the 18th centuries. Well, ended in the 1800s. Advice of the day: raw honey is believed to strengthen a weak heart, a weak brain, and a weak stomach. Also, side note, if you suffer, like I do, from seasonal allergies, local raw honey, a spoonful a day, is supposed to get your body used to the local ecosystem. And it's supposed to make your allergies less severe. So if you see the guy on the side of the road selling honey, as long
Get
as
some.
it isn't a scam, get some. I'm sure people scam on honey.
Yeah,
careful.
I think people scam on everything.
I know. I watched a scam thing yesterday while I was laying on my heating pad.
Wah, wah.
Can't pull the wool over
And
my
it's
eyes.
like, come on. Home hint of the day: boards bow because of natural curves in their grain, which makes sense. You can't straighten a bowed board easily, but it still works for rough construction. So they're saying don't throw away bowed boards, reuse them by building, I don't know, a bowed bench.
So that's why, like, when we were doing the floors in our house, first and second time, he would set the box out. And I'm like, what are you doing? We're not ready to do it yet. He goes, babe, all the boards will bow and
Yeah.
they're all different sizes. So you have to buy like extra. I didn't know
Yeah.
this. And some of them were
Shrinkage
broken.
again.
Yeah.
Shrinkage.
yeah.
It's a thing.
Surprised you knew that.
I have
I
to
learned,
build.
my husband taught me, okay?
I have to build a thing around the base of my bed now to keep my cat from going under it.
Oh, no.
Boom.
Because she keeps dragging trash under my bed.
Oh, my God.
Punished.
She's a trash goblin.
She's a
they're gifts
panda.
for you.
and
She's a
she's-
raccoon.
And I'm fine. I found hair ties, everything. She's grabbing them and then bringing them under the bed.
What's her name, this cat?
Jade.
Aw.
Jade knows. I'm
And
going under
Jade-
here. She won't come for me.
Jade
here.
is super sweet. She only likes me. But now she's going to hate me because I'm going to have to build a board around
You're
the base
totally
of the
getting
bed.
your face eaten off at bedtime.
She cannot be bringing trash goblin.
That's
All right,
funny.
word of the day: nephrophobia. Nephrophobia.
Oh.
Fear of clouds.
Really?
Don't look up.
Do people have this?
Apparently.
Okay, here we go. What abbreviation of this U.S. state? This is the puzzle of the day. What abbreviation is the highest state?
This doesn't make sense.
What abbreviation of a U.S. state is the highest state? It's Montana.
That makes no
M-O-N-T.
sense.
Mount. You're going to mount it.
Mountain.
I don't know.
No.
All right, born on June 17th is Barry Manilow. God, I raided his closet back in 43.
You still
Venus
wear his closet.
Williams, 1980 tennis player. We know who she is. Who
Oh.
had kicked the bucket on June 17th. Gloria Vanderbilt, iconic lady.
My mom wore her
Yes.
jeans like no one's business.
God bless.
I
Remember?
still own a pair of.
You need to start wearing them
Gloria
again.
Vanderbilt?
I
Yeah,
do.
keep them.
You better start
definitely.
wearing 'em.
Anderson Cooper's mommy.
Yep.
Events on June 17th, 1579. Sir Francis Drake landed on the Pacific coast. 1862, a combined plow and gun patent was issued. 1946, first U.S. mobile telephone commercial service launched in St. Louis. 1949, Trans-Canada Airlines began offering quick freeze meals. In 1994, the 15th 15th FIFA World Cup kicked off in the U.S., the first time the tournament was held right here. And in 1994, O.J. Simpson was arrested after that infamous televised. Remember this? The white Bronco?
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
God bless America. That was
we
a
watched
hot
that in
mess.
class in
Yeah.
school. I remember. I was in
Jeez.
96. I was a freshman, so I was in 7th grade, and I remember it was on in the school.
Wow.
But now they would never play
90
that in school now.
94. I was in high school. I was a freshman.
You're younger than me, though.
Really sweet.
1994?
Yeah, I was a freshman in 96.
You were held back a few times? maybe?
No,
I'm
Well,
just
1994
Oh, shut up. Shut up.
is you'd be 14. If you were in
guys.
7th grade,
No,
we
then
need
I
to
wasn't
talk
14.
about
I
that.
was that doesn't make any sense, though.
How old are you?
40.
Nobody knows.
You're not going to tell?
I'm 24.
Okay, you and Davey. All right. I was born in 1980. I know how old I am.
Oh.
I will be 45 this year.
All right, so you're
Awesome.
1 year. Okay.
So I'm older than you.
By like that much.
Yeah,
Like, you're older
but I
than me,
remember
Toni
watching
Braxton's
this
hair.
in class. I just remember. I know I was in high school.
Yeah.
When it happened.
Gosh sakes, where were you in comments when this happened?
It's one of those that you remember the moment.
Yeah.
I remember when Princess Diana died.
Yep.
I was in school as
What
well.
about the Challenger spaceship exploding?
Oh, that was elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the baby that fell in the well?
Jessica.
Jessica.
That's it, baby Jessica.
We talked about her a few weeks ago.
1859, this is a significant time. Santa Ana wins roasted fruit on the trees in California, and with an incredible 133 degrees Fahrenheit.
Good Lord.
In 1882, a tornado struck in Iowa College in Grinnell. All right, we're going to pivot over to this story, which is about Doris Winters. She shot her husband in Milwaukee. This incident details back in May 31st, 2025. She allegedly shot her 49-year-old husband, Arion Winters, in their apartment in downtown Milwaukee around 10 o'clock p.m. Bystanders pointed her out, and officers recovered a handgun she dropped upon arrest. Arion died at the scene from gunshot wounds in the back and chest. What led to the shooting, according to court filings, is Arion returned to retrieve some items and got into an argument with Doris. A witness attempted to intervene, but Doris allegedly grabbed a gun and shot Arion as he turned away. In her own words, she said, "He called me an expletive for the last time, and I just shot him because I'm tired." This is really sad. And she was charged with first-degree reckless homicide and used dangerous weapons and faces up to 60 years in prison if convicted. This is a heartbreaking story of Doris, and then charged with fatally shooting her husband during what appears to be a volatile and emotionally exhausted moment. Shines in sobering light of devastating toll and unresolved domestic conflict. While circumstances are deeply tragic, early intervention in abusive relationships or toxic relationships can be held accountable. And we have incredible resources here for mental health, for domestic violence, especially Betty Griffin Center.
They're
Epic
amazing.
Amazing.
Jeff Gatlin over there.
Absolutely.
You know what he does? I got a chance to meet him because with Epic we do a lot of stuff together, and I got a chance to meet him. And his specialty, like what he specializes in, is with kids. So he does a lot of work with our prevention team at Epic, the prevention team.
Yeah.
So he does a lot of stuff with abuse and mental health for adolescents and kids because
And
it's
finding
getting
ways
insane.
to be able to work through this.
Well, they have
so
to
like
be able
if
to
Doris
talk
in
to
this
them, yeah.
situation, if Doris in this situation had a service like Betty
Right.
Griffin or Epic Behavioral Healthcare, she would learn different ways to be able to pivot from that.
Yeah.
And that is an incredible thing that our community has.
I think St. Johns County, we're very lucky because we have a lot of resources in town for people, and a lot of them are funded by grants, which means they don't turn anyone away. Like Epic, I know for a fact, does not turn anyone away, regardless of your ability to pay. If you have insurance, they can use it, sliding scale, or they will cover it. They're not, and I think a lot of places in town are going to that, and we're very unique in St. Johns County because a lot of larger cities don't have quite as many resources as we do, or the people that work in these
you're just a
companies.
number. Here you're a name.
Right.
And I think healing is
It's
possible
huge.
with
And
a
I
lot of
think
these people. So
And with her shooting her husband, I mean, I do think, and I mean,
she was
I've
tired. You can hear it in the
I
story.
think everybody hits a breaking point, and it just depends. And if you don't know or you feel you can't access help, what do you do?
Right.
I think, and it's just, I think it's extremely clear these days that without the finances, it's
Right.
very hard to get the help. So knowing that there are places in town
Yeah.
that will help no matter what, despite your inability to pay, is the game changer there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've said it time and time and time again. There's no secret behind the fact that I've struggled with my mental health, and I go to weekly, sometimes twice weekly therapy. I'm blessed to be able to afford to do that, and found a great therapist.
Yeah.
But it is ungodly the amount of money
Expensive,
that I
yeah.
have to earmark and put aside, and how many extra jobs I have to do in order to afford the therapy, because my insurance doesn't cover a single visit.
Right.
So, and I've noticed with adolescent mental health as well, those are not covered under our policy. So every time I take a kid in to their therapist as well, that's not covered under our healthcare policy either. So it's that part of me, that part of the system is broken.
Yeah,
and should be fixed.
I think
But it's
a lot of places are starting to realize, like, the way everything is going, like, everything is getting more expensive. I think a lot of places are starting to go that route. Like, we're not going to turn people away.
No, because it's a real crisis out there.
It's necessary because, you know, this woman in the story, I don't know her story. I don't know her. But you could play shoulda, woulda, coulda, but would the outcome possibly be different if she knew those
she had
resources
the
were there and
tools.
didn't have to worry about paying for it?
right, and
You
it truly is about having the proper tools in your toolbox. I know that sounds so cliche these days,
It's true,
but
though.
honestly, I literally will stop myself and start counting and list off the things that good old Nancy tells me to
Yeah.
do, and it buys me time.
Yeah.
It buys you time to at least figure out, okay, am I clear-headed? Am I thinking this through? And I can tell you that that's a game changer, you know, for me with what I struggle with and deal with. And everybody knows that I'm fueled by anxiety and caffeine.
Well, and
so
also,
it's
like,
a lot.
healing and recovery is not linear. It's
Yeah.
different
No.
for everybody. So it's important to find, like, the right therapist for you.
Which is hard to
and
do.
sometimes you have to change a couple times because everybody's so different and their needs are different. So
And I love Sylvia in comments. The White Flag app is amazing, you guys.
what is that?
My
It's
best
free
friend,
peer
Tiffany,
counseling and support. Yeah.
So Tiffany
Interesting.
Jenkins has, I don't know if she's partnered with them. She doesn't make any money. This is literally one of the things that she does that just makes
Like
her
a passion
wonderful,
project?
a wonderful human being. There is an app. It's anonymous. You go on and you say, "Hey, I'm struggling right now with this." People will use it for drugs, alcohol. I'm thinking about taking a drink, and people go on and they rally behind you. And they talk to you and they support you, and you can message in, and you have no idea where they are, who they are.
Doesn't matter.
But
It's
you
the
have
voice
support immediately.
of backup.
Yeah, and it's been instrumental, and Tiffany has talked about it a bunch. We've on our podcast and different things, and so it is a great app
That's
for those
cool.
moments.
That's awesome.
gonna check that out.
And we'll get Pastor Jeff on the show. I'd love for Meredith to meet him. He's an amazing human
Absolutely.
being.
All right.
So, all right, we will pivot over to our featured sponsor at About Face.
When your skin needs a refresh,
Or you just want to feel like your most confident self.
About Face Aesthetics is our go-to.
These skin queens on the beauty scene know exactly how to treat you right.
From facials and skincare to injectables and glow-ups, they've got the magic touch.
And they make you feel seen, heard, and radiant from the inside out.
Ready to put your best face forward?
Say hello to About Face. Book your glow up today at aboutface.guru.
All right. Meet Wally Aleshwi, a co-owner of Zach's Finest Deli. If you bring in a report card with 90% or above, he hooks you up with free food, a $100 bill, and a store tea.
I love this story.
Does it count now if you're out of school?
I mean, right. It's a mini scholarship at the bodega, baby. This kid's happy tears are priceless. Reddit called him a community MVP. He should be in charge of more stuff like this. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not just snacks. It's positive reinforcement in real life. Pleasant went viral on the Today Show and uplifting news, which means global applause for him, which is great because there are a lot of places that the kids can bring in their report cards right now. And if they have AB honor roll, they'll get like a free, meal. Like Zaxby's was doing something. I know Chick-fil-A is doing something. I know
Cool.
Pizza Hut is doing something. There are a lot of places that are offering that up. But this is above and beyond to offer a free meal, $100 towards your groceries and a store shirt. That's going to go a long way for a lot of families that are in need as well. And I just think that that's aces.
So Wally is the manager of Zach's Finest Deli in Staten Island and launched Grades for Grabs. He launched this a couple years ago, actually in 2023, and after a bet with a regular customer and led to rewarding a student for good grades.
How many does he How every year? Do you have a number there?
I don't think so,
I
but
don't think so.
It's continued to be successful year after year, which this is the 3rd year now.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
So it's obviously community focused, which is
Yeah.
what makes it super important. And they're getting real time validation for good grades.
Yeah.
So they're saying like, I'm gonna do this, and he's saying do it, and they're saying I'm gonna do
give
it.
you food and dollars.
And here it is.
So students
that's
with
good.
averages above 90% receive $100.
That's so cool. I'm more excited about the sandwich.
But there's more, Mel. Free items and branded T-shirts. If you have an average between 80 and 90%, this will allow students to take whatever they want from specific areas in the store. That's pretty cool. And then if you have grades between 70 and 80, I love how, because C students, B students need love too. I'm one of
Yes.
those. I love those people. They earn roughly $10 worth of items. So there's like a tiered program.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, because I love Drake's Delis, they have the best cheesesteak in town. If you've
Okay.
ever
Oh,
gone.
yeah?
So Drake's Deli, I'm gonna call you out here. I think you should implement this.
Yeah. How about you? Perfect attendance on
Oh my
Sunny
God.
TV Network.
Do I get a sandwich? We need
I'll
this is
sign
a
off
great
on
idea.
it.
A
Who can we
Sandy?
contact to get to participate in
A
this?
Sandy.
Let's do it.
So good stuff. I love seeing community members step up for the greater good, and especially some students that are doing some good stuff out there. So yeah, shout out to that. That's a cool story.
That's really cool.
All right, so slay or nay, Sunnies. Here's what Gen Z's got to say. Why? Because we're just trying to keep up. Today's word of the day is simp, meaning someone who's overly desperate for another person's attention.
Yeah, it's usually low self-esteem there, probably.
He brought her snacks again. What a simp.
Yeah.
Oh,
What is simp short for?
I think simpleton.
Oh, maybe?
Maybe.
Romantic gestures are dead, apparently.
I don't know, but I'm a simp for my dog's attention.
Yeah,
I want
same.
it all the time.
All the time.
it makes us happy.
I mean, they're the only ones that are excited when I come home.
Listen,
Aw.
and no matter what, they love us. You give them the
What?
treats. You give them the pets.
They should love us. I feed them well and pick up all their poops.
See? How
Yep.
fun.
All right. It's time for the horoscopes.
All right. Welcome to the horoscopes of today. We've got the Magic 8 Ball today, and we've got Cancer on deck.
Yep.
Cancer. You might cry this week, but it'll be in vintage silk while eating a gelato under a full moon. And that's what's called emotional luxury, darling. Your intuition is louder than your group chat right now, so trust it. Protect your peace like it's a rare Chanel bag, because it is, darling. And if anyone tries you, just remember that even mermaids have sharp teeth.
Yikes.
All right, next up, we've got on the 8 Ball, Leo. Leo, make
is Jim.
room. Make room, peasants! Your crown needs extra space this week. You're stepping into your spotlight moment, whether the world is ready or not. This isn't time for modesty. It's time for max drama, max confidence, and max highlighter. Show up, show out, and let them stare.
And find that Oxford comma.
You're not here to blend in. You're here to burn together.
Oh, jeez.
I love
Really?
that. And last but not least, today we have Virgo. You've got a to-do list so fierce it could be framed in gold. This week, your vibe is productivity with a pout. You're organizing chaos, solving everyone else's problems, and still managing to exfoliate on time, on schedule.
You're giving Miss Cleo vibes right now.
But
Call
make
Miss
sure,
Cleo.
make sure you save a little sparkle just for yourself. Perfection is cute, but peace is sexy, baby. Light that candle, take that bath, and cancel that plan. And that, my friends, is brought to you by Old Town Trolley.
Miss Cleo, call me.
If you're looking for the best way to see St. Augustine,
And you want history with a side of hilarity,
hop on board Old Town Trolley.
it's our favorite way to explore the nation's oldest city without taking 10,000 steps.
You'll hear ghost stories, local legends, and fun facts you'll definitely repeat later.
Plus, you can hop on and hop off at all the best spots. Food, shopping, history.
Check, check, and check.
So grab your Sunnies and a sense of adventure
And ride with Old Town Trolley today.
Your brain called, and it wants the mind diet. In a
Oh.
study of 93,000 adults, those eating leafy greens, berry, fish, and poultry saw 25% fewer dementia risk, which is I mean, important.
Super important. If it helps you start in your 50s or later, turn your dinner plate into a brain shield.
Yeah, you have to ignore the pastries and
No.
the cheese a bit. Wake up the
Cheese.
plants and the fish. You're not just eating, you're future proofing. And this is really not news, guys, but it really is important to prove the point that a 25% reduction risk of dementia if you are eating your leafy greens, your berries, because those have a lot of antioxidants in them. You're going to want to eat your fishes and your poultry, limited red meat. And this is a tough one for me because I don't eat a ton of meat.
Right.
But every time we go out like clockwork, I order a steak if we go out to dinner because we don't eat out a ton.
Right.
And I don't cook it. So
Oh,
I'm always
yeah.
like, ooh, a steak
want
sounds
that,
nice.
yeah.
But it's not great for you. So it should be in limited serving. So we've done, they compare this diet, the Mind diet, to the DASH diet, which my husband has high blood pressure, and we've done the DASH diet. And what I can tell you about the DASH diet is it absolutely does lower blood pressure. My husband lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
And limiting your sodium intake and really focusing on the lean, like the poultries and the fish and those veggies. It's a great, easy way to introduce better health and lose weight.
I'm a salty food girl.
Oh, yeah. I
I'd
can't.
rather eat salt than sweets, but
Me
the problem
too.
is I wake up and my hands are puffy, my eyes are all puff status, and the allergies don't help. But
No.
they're
See,
like,
the
you
first
got to
thing I
watch
do-
your sodium. I'm
First
not
thing I
doing
do
that.
when I wake up, I have a huge salad. I know it sounds
You're so full of
weird.
crap.
No, I'm not. I'm absolutely
Really?
not. Yeah, I actually have a huge
How do you
salad.
eat right when you wake up? I can't do that.
Well, it's important to be able to jumpstart your body for the rest of your day, and then you
But a
can.
salad, that doesn't make you
Yeah,
go potty
super
in your
greens,
pants.
all of that. But that's good. It's a supercharge of fiber, and that actually just jumpstarts your body.
See, like,
So just saying, you might
A
need it, girl.
salad
I'm
for
just saying, a
breakfast?
little bit of roughage, honey. So yeah, that's
That's
good stuff. And
interesting.
actually, yeah, be mindful of what you eat. I do think it's news because I think it's really
But, like,
helping people. And
I don't
there's
care
a 20.
what the diet is. I'm not giving up cheese.
Okay, well, it says everything in moderation. So
Yeah. What about, could you moderate your cheese intake? Do you eat cheese at every meal?
No.
what are you, a
Okay.
freaking mouse? Get over yourself.
I
Come
know.
on.
The good cheese. Have,
Pull
you
it
tried,
together.
have you tried the champagne cheese?
No.
Or the Merlot cheese?
Yes.
Or have you tried the
The
dark
espresso.
chocolate cheese? The espresso cheese. It's on the rind.
It's that Belvita, baby.
Meredith, you got to try. Make it nice. Get some crackers, a little prosciutto.
The
Oh, I love prosciutto.
So
Game
good.
over, Rover.
That
All
espresso
right.
cheese is everything.
So this story is tragic to it's extremely tragic, but it is now bringing in lessons that are saving lives. After losing 15 school children to drowning, one man in India started free river swim lessons, and now over 10,000 people have learned to swim safely.
Yeah, 16 lessons in the Periyar River. That's not a swim team. That's a survival course in motion. This is an amazing story.
It started with his own kids, and now it's a volunteer-powered swim club across generations.
Yeah, back in 2009, a tragic boat capsizing claimed the lives of 15 school children near this river. And deeply moved is Saji Vasaril, a furniture shop owner, to take action. He began by teaching his own children how to swim, which you just said, then friends and neighbors soon joining in, and then word spread, leading over 10,000 people that he's actually touched with other instructors. But this is so amazing that they all learned how to swim and survive. That's really kind of lessens adds to people surviving drowning situations. Yeah.
Well, those currents rush very quickly, and so it's a lot. We've talked about this already, but those riptides that happen over here, I mean, they
bad.
can happen on either side. It doesn't matter if you're in the Pacific or the Atlantic, or I mean, the Gulf. It doesn't happen as often because it's much slower moving water. But over here, those
It's
rip
bad
currents
here.
are crazy, and you actually do need a lesson in how you should swim.
Yeah.
With it versus against it, so that you don't get overtired.
There's actually
and the same in these rivers.
One of the weather guys from Channel 4, what is his name? I can't remember. He surfs, he skateboards and all of that. He did a whole segment where he jumped into the water with the rip current, and he did a whole segment about how to get out of one.
Yeah.
Smart.
But you could tell he's experienced. It's not like you're
If
going to
you
get Billy
find that
Bob from around the
content,
corner.
Mel, if you find that, can you send that to me? I
I'll
think
find
that's really
the
important.
article.
We'll put that on our Sunny
and
story.
He's great too. It'd be great to get him here to talk about it.
Yeah, your mouth to God's ears.
Zoom a doom doom.
But hey, let me give you a quick tip. So out of all those 10,000 people that this man actually has inspired to learn how to swim, a teen swimmer out of the 10,000 broke a record in the Asian Book of World Records for the longest open sea swim by a minor. How cool is that?
Oh my
Thinking
God.
about a child
Open
that
swim.
did not know how to swim and learned how to swim from this guy's school academy and then went on to break the open water champion.
Yeah, but
I
open
love
water,
that.
that's slightly terrifying.
That's amazing,
I'm
though.
not doing that.
Super, super cool.
You go, kid.
So, yeah, doing some cool stuff. And I love that shout out on that story is inspiring a community, seeing a need and jumping on it and making positive change. I love that.
Let's do it.
All right. And now a quick word from our friends at Great Expect.
It's so important when you're going through a transition like that to communicate what is most important when you're looking for your new space. So for some people, it's the features of the home, but for a lot of people, it's so much more than that. It's the features of the neighbors or the community, or whether it's an HOA or a non-HOA. There's a lot of, moving parts to that type of transition.
So we did this story a couple weeks ago. Caitlin Thurston allegedly went full Dora the Explorer in Neptune Beach, stealing packages, cars, and even a bicycle.
Wow. Sis was out here collecting Amazon hauls like it was her birthday registry. But surprise, the porch cam sees all.
Yeah, she got nabbed after neighbors turned her into a CSI unit. Jacksonville moms with ring cams do not play.
Listen,
Yeah.
they will CSI you. That HOA.
Well, those-
No.
Those ring cams, people don't realize how
They
much
get
footage they're
everything
actually
around.
catching.
Yeah.
And then if you can set them to catch not just the front door but the driveway and the street
Yeah.
for motion.
Get 'em.
So
Get him.
Yeah, and I registered mine with the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, so if they need that support, I'm there to be able to give that to them,
Oh,
too.
great. They're going to catch me painting really badly on your front door.
We all know, boo.
But
We all know.
the good side of this is all the stolen items were actually recovered and returned to their rightful owners. She hadn't done anything with them yet.
Wow,
And
that's
she-
interesting.
She confessed. She's like,
Maybe
yep,
it's like a
me.
Winona Ryder moment. She just wanted to see what it was like to steal.
Yeah, she's just character
Maybe
study.
she's just like Breaking Bad because she's like all A student, getting the sandwiches and the money from the sub shop. She said, let me just see what it's like
Well,
to be
she's
bad.
31, so she should know better at this point.
Oh.
I'm
Well,
not
maybe
going to.
she's been like a goody two shoes and
No.
was like at 31.
Thank you
like,
for
I'm
trying to see
going
the sun.
crazy.
You're seeing the sunny side.
No free
Mel.
pass on this one.
No? Okay.
No, go directly to jail.
All right.
You do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Should I bring your cheese?
But what I can give you guys a little bit of peace of mind that porch piracy seems less prevalent in St. Johns County than it does in Jacksonville. So that's pretty good news over here because we are keeping it sunny on our side.
That's
All
right.
right. A Palmco slumber party turned into a burglary ring with kids swiping guns, drugs, and designer bags.
What happened to pillow
Like-
fights and a little bit of Mortal Kombat?
Or
Seems
sneaking
like-
liquor out of your parents' liquor cabinet, then filling back up the vodka bottle with water.
Melanie, no.
That's what I mean. I'm just saying it's better than stealing guns.
Oh my
Take
goodness.
your pick,
I mean,
brother.
that is next level.
Take your pick.
She said moonshine.
The best part was when we went to move out of that house.
So a group
The
of three
neighbor
15-year-olds
found
in
out it was
Palm
water.
Coast planned a series of vehicle burglaries during what was supposed to be a routine slumber party. Deputies found them in a home on Fenimore Lane, which is in the F section. You know that Palm Coast has like all
It's the
different
sections.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
different sections. Like it's like
Crazy.
France. So we just have,
Yeah.
like different letters.
Palm Coast is exactly
So this
like
is in the
France.
F section. Go figure. They recovered a loaded handgun and ammunition, marijuana and prescription pills, and high-end goods like a Louis Vuitton bag.
Well, at least
I
they
wonder
knew what they were
wonder-
stealing.
Yeah, I wonder if it was the Epi. I wonder which model it was. AirPods, sunglasses, and IDs. So yeah,
What are they going to do with the IDs? Think about
sell
it.
them. You can sell fake IDs.
Yeah.
I mean, who are we talking to right now?
Listen,
really?
back in the day, I didn't have to buy a fake ID. Back then, I could take my sister's information. my little sister.
Allegedly.
You go to the DMV and you could get her information with my picture. So I really had a legit ID that
You
says
are
I
a
was
hot
21.
mess, girl. You are not teaching the children in the
You
streets.
did the same thing.
No, I did not,
I
baby.
don't think you can do that now,
Not
though, with
now.
that real ID thing.
Not now.
I think they'd catch you, but that was a
This
good
was
one
in the
back in the
90s.
day. Yeah.
Meredith did it too. You could hear it
I
in
did,
her voice.
I didn't do that, but
You had friends.
I had a fake ID in college.
Oh my
See?
goodness.
I mean, everybody kind of passed them around and shared them, and it
Listen.
wasn't like. And if you looked remotely like the person in
matter.
the picture,
Just memorize all the information before we get to the top of the line, guys.
Susan, you're all turning around. Oh, that's me.
Oh, yeah, which
Hi.
one are you?
I'm Susan.
Guys, it was called the 90s, and it was a great time to be alive.
It was a great time.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Hey, Sunnies, you got to text the word Sunny to 904-227-4422 so you can stay connected to all things Sunny.
All right. Don't forget to make sure to follow on the Gram, Sunny TV Network, TikTok, and the Book of Face is Sunny TV.
And don't forget about our YouTube. I'm hi-fiing Addie from the booth right now. Special shout out to all of our sponsors that make these shows possible. Meredith, who's on the top of that list?
STA Lab, Bailey Group, Old Town Trolley, About Face, and Zone Cheer.
Yeah, Zone Cheer.
All right, Great Expectations, Realty and Auction, Flashes and Brilliance, Spice and Tea Exchange, High Spicy, Epic Behavioral Healthcare, and Emma Concert Associations.
All right. See you in just a minute for the morning after.
Awesome. Bye, Sunnies.